There he is.
Nick assures us you're in a good mood tonight, Robert, so don't let him down.
He's giving away my secrets, is he?
Just that you're in a good mood.
Yeah. You won't find out till the minutes of the next meeting, then you'll know all about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call the August meeting of the Board of Aviation Commissioners of the City of Warsaw to order. You all should have received access to the documents typically through Board Pack. First thing on the agenda would be the minutes from the July meeting, and I hope you've all had a chance to study and study those thoroughly.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the July minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. Next, claims. What do you have to talk to us about particularly, Nick?
Well, first off, I want to rewind back 1 month. You guys had a question about Ascent Aviation Group last month for the 5235, and it was just I had a brain fart, and that was actually the onboarding of our new fuel software that you guys had approved that contract back in June. And so that was the onboarding, the first, getting our databases built, getting the program implemented, and then they came and did 3 days of training with our staff here locally, and that's what that 5235 last month, the Ascent Aviation Group was. This month, Hanson Engineering for 3,500. That was the independent fee evaluation on the grant that Jay signed, that you guys approved last month. Rob, you're going to do a quick, brief update, just that we got that signed and we're moving forward on that.
Yep.
I won't steal his thunder.
That's about it.
Okay, and the 3,500 will be 90% will be reimbursed by FAA, 5% will be reimbursed by the state. So we won't be out too much on that. And then other than that, pretty quiet month, unless you guys have a specific question on something.
What was bought at Amazon?
Well, thank you for asking. You're gonna see a few more of those. Our AWAS, the automated weather system, is down, and we have been trying to find parts to fix it. And as you can imagine, finding parts for a 30-plus-year-old computer is very difficult. And so we have resorted to Amazon, eBay, US Robotics. I mean, we are looking all over the place to try and find these circuit boards to fix. We are fairly certain that we had a lightning strike in the storm a couple weekends ago, but we can't definitively prove that. But some of the boards that are burnt are showing pretty clear evidence that there was some kind of an overvoltage in the system somewhere. And we thought we had the last board on order today. We got that installed. It's still not working. So we are having this will be the fifth specialist from our weather company coming out to look at it to see if they can ascertain what is going on. We did have the phone company come out. The phone line is testing correct. All of the equipment out at the actual system is working. It's reading all of the temperatures and dew points and everything. But the equipment that interprets all of that and actually makes it readable and broadcasts that to pilots, from what we can tell, that is working too, but the two systems aren't talking to one another. So we're not sure if there's a bad modem. We've replaced most of those already, but we need a specialist to actually come out and really dig into the nit. And I'm sure that he's going to come in and, this one jumper needs to get moved from this point to this point, and it's something small and insignificant that we just, a true specialist is gonna have to look at it at this
Would
point.
any of this be covered by our insurance claims?
We'd be underneath the liability limit on that. So, I mean, our deductible on that system is $10,000, so we'd have to spend quite a bit of money. And realistically, even if we're having to spend $12,000 to $15,000, we could fill out the claim, but do we really want that claim hit and then have to pay it, have our insurance premiums go up? I think we just need to see what the final cost is gonna be before we make that determination.
Yeah, particularly when your only evidence is, it must have been lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can bring it up, try and bring it up quick. I've got a photo of it right here. This is the circuit board in question that I happened to be pulling the system apart. Doesn't look like anything's out of order, but when you look at that one jumper right there, you can see the singed marks.
Right.
And we thought maybe replacing this, this board right here, this is the main communication interface bridge that, I mean, to show you, this is how old a lot of the equipment is. It's all analog. And the reason for that is, it's very good for the airport. You can't hack it. It's not connected to the internet, so it is completely hack-proof, and somebody can't come in and change parameters, which could potentially give false readings to our pilots using that information. So there is reasoning as to why it is old, but we're also starting to contact some other companies to see what it's going to take to get this system replaced, because we're going on probably 25 years on the system right now, 26 years, somewhere in there. I think we had it installed in 97 or 98. And so that's pretty good life out of the computer. And we're just trying to figure out what a new one's gonna run us. Build that into the budget.
Let's get that figured out.
Yep.
Outside of that, so Gene, there's your long answer as to why Amazon's been expensive the
got
last
it.
couple months.
What's Be Relieved?
That is our cleaning company. They come out and do deep cleanings once a week at the airport. We do, the day-to-day, wash the windows, sweep the floors, clean the bathrooms, that kind of thing. But they come out once a week and they do a real deep clean of the terminal building for us.
Gotcha, okay.
And I'll happily put in a shameless plug. They do a really, really great job, and Gene and his team have done really good work for the airport for a few years now.
So Kendall Electric is who we're dealing with to work on all this?
No, we're just buying tools and equipment and parts as we're putting some of this together. We also, in the last 6 weeks, have replaced all of the antennas at the terminal building to broadcast the AWAS, as well as our local base station to talk to the pilots as they're flying. Those antennas and cabling were over 30 years old, and the cables were just completely dry rotted. And so we had to purchase some parts at Kendall for that project to replace the antennas.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the claims as presented, especially Ascent Aviation for $107,887.57.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the claims as per motion by Mr. Zale. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. Okay, Mr. Robert, cheer us up.
Oh, I've got the quickest update, because there's not a ton of updates that are going on. No update on the 1836, we're just working on the project closeout forms. Jay, you signed those last time, so we have somebody in-house working on getting all of that documentation together to get that over to the FAA and close that project out. The runway 27 obstruction mitigation, that's the AEP, the power line project. We are awaiting some revised cost line items from AEP for discussion with the board. If you remember last time, I didn't have a high degree of confidence in some things. I think everything is going in the right direction right now. So there were some positives that came out of the discussion that we had last month, the Friday after the board meeting. And so I think the reduction in cost from the new cost estimates that we had are going in the right direction. So
Can you make that a little bigger?
I would say that that's very positive, but we're not quite ready to present anything to the board and sign on the dotted line just yet.
Can you make that bigger, Robert?
Sure can. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we go. How about that?
Hey, that's a lot better.
How about that? How about that? Shared the wrong screen. I think by September, we're going to be in a much better position. We'll come up there and we'll present you with the new cost for the AEP power line project. The good thing is that none of these negotiations and fee disrupt anything with the conceptual schedule. So that's still on track for 2023.
Okay.
For the 927 safety area, phase one, the program definition, we got the contract. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Nick. So that project initiation is ongoing, so that'll be off and running here very shortly. We've got some things that we need to set up internally, including the team. And then we'll get cracking on that project. So we're excited to get that started. The 927 safety area phase two, which is the environmental assessment, the EA, that scope and fee is under development by CHA. We're awaiting some application rules, some guidance, I guess you can say, from the FAA for the bill funding. That's the bipartisan infrastructure law. I think internal to FAA, they're still trying to hash out some final details. So we're waiting for those details, and then we can get the grant application together and we can finish the scope and fee, put all of the package together, get it in front of you guys. We're targeting September 2022 for board approval, but in reality, that's kind of contingent on getting the guidance from FAA. So we're hopeful for a 2022. We were hopeful for an August 2022. Now we're hopeful for a September 2022. But like a lot of things with airports, we're at the behest of the FAA. And that's it. That's all I got. Quick one.
Okay. Any questions? Nope. Okay. Thanks, Robert.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Nick, what's next?
Well, I'm going to tie right into Robert there and just move ahead a little bit on the agenda because it does involve CHA. Our Warsaw Board of Aviation Commissioners for the Warsaw Municipal Airport Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program will be out of date as of October 1. So Nikki with CHA has helped us update all of that, and that just keeps us up to date and make sure that our program is aligning with what the FAA needs us to be aligning with on that DVE program. And this will be for fiscal years 23, 24, and 25, October 1 of 22 to September 30th of 25. And we just need I've gone over the document. It is just an update of what we currently have in place. And we just need the board to ratify the DVE document and that this is what our policy is, and Jay to sign it.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the updated Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program Plan. Any further discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carried.
All right, and I can just move right into the manager's report, fuel usage report for the month of July. We are still up year over year from where we were last year, almost 40,000 gallons. So in jet fuel, excuse me. Avgas, we are just 800 gallons off of where we were. We're just a little bit short of where we were last year. I just think that as general aviation as a whole is slowing down as the economy is slowing down a little bit. Guys and gals, I should say, are not flying as much as they were flying, especially in the pandemic. And so I think that Avgas we're just going to see stay pretty stable, but I am glad to see that Jet A is continuing to increase. But unless you guys have specific questions, we have two things we have one unfinished item and two things for the new business, so.
Any questions about the usage report or the income report?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll get to the opening bids for the farmland.
Jay, you've got the sealed envelopes in front of you.
Yep.
Cassie, thank you for coming out.
Got a farmland business proposal. The envelope says Bishop Family Farm LLC. Has a lump sum per year annual bid for the Exhibit A property of 13875.30. for the Exhibit B property of $10,546.20 for a total bid of $24,421.50. And secure that for the records, please. An envelope from Tom Farms. Very securely sealed. With Exhibit A property of 11896.79 and the Exhibit B property of 9038.22, which is somewhere in the area of a total of $20,925. And I'm going to be a buck or two off, and that's the total.
Yep.
So, okay. Thank you both of our bidders for your interest in the property. And I would suggest, we're under no, we don't have to enter the vote today, do we?
Correct.
Right. So just make sure that everybody's clear on the exhibits and the pricing, and then put that next month's meeting to go ahead and award the bid. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. There you go right there.
Thank you. Before we move into that new business, I would like to welcome Jeremy Morrison. Jeremy is a airframe and power plant mechanic new to Warsaw, and he approached me Friday, and I forgot to add it to the meeting agenda, and I would like to ask if the board would allow a walk-in to entertain a new commercial business at Warsaw Airport to start a airframe and power plant mechanic shop that we so desperately need at the airport.
Yes, we do.
Okay, give us some information. What do we know?
Well-
Go ahead.
Well, so I operate out of Image Air's rental, and we have the contract for air cargo carriers, and I also take care of a couple other airplanes on the airport currently, but I'm trying to expand it and actually make a run at doing annual and oil changes and whatever maintenance needs to be done on the field. It's been kind of a hit and miss if I was going to be able to put it all together, and I was able to do that, and so that's probably why it was a little bit delayed and such, but I got all the T's crossed and I's dotted, and standard operation, 9 to 5. I do have to be out there at night to deal with the air cargo carriers shorts. That's my priority, so everything that comes in will be secondary business. That air cargo will remain my main concern, or if you will. That's about it. We just desperately need somebody that's actually,
Yep.
I think we can all agree with that. And
Okay.
Blosser, I've been working kind of hand in hand with Blosser and with referrals and such, and so
He's been working at the airport with air cargo carriers for
4 years.
4 years now, and just wants to expand on an already, we've had a great working relationship those 4 years, and expand those services. In the last month or two, he started to do just help out with some annuals, some of the experimental guys on the field, and he came to me and said, what do I need to do to get this commercial operators contract in place? And so we sat down and drew one up, and the $150 annual fee for all of that, and he's got my full support. He's been a huge asset already to the airport, coming in on days he's not even there to help other pilots out that might have a flat tire, or what was it a couple weeks ago, a starter?
All broken wire on the back of a generator or an alternator,
Alternator,
and
that's what it was, so.
I jump started a Falcon one day.
Yeah, so he's already been a great asset to the airport, and we just like to legitimize it and make it official.
Okay, so we've been hoping to get somebody who can do general repair and maintenance out there and be there on a
Yeah.
regular basis. And that's great. I, for one, am happy to see it, so.
Do you plan on setting up shop?
Well, currently I'm gonna. So the hangar I'm in is, as y'all know, is one of the biggest ones out there. So with the shorts in the middle, I can fit 3 airplanes down each side which is way more than I'll probably ever have. 6 airplanes at once without hiring a whole staff is a little out of line, so,
He's currently operating in this hangar right
yeah,
here.
yeah, that one right there. And then, so on the south side of that, there's all sorts of room there to just put whatever needs to be done in there. And I got an experimental in there right now. We're doing a dynon upgrade in, and a local guy that's been at the airport for, I don't know, a year or two anyway.
Yeah.
Aikens, I don't know, but, so. Just trying to make it official, been there a while, and just trying to appease everybody is what it really kind of comes down to. I ain't gonna,
Let's do it right.
I want to do it, yeah. I want to do it right. I'm tired of
Okay.
working
That's
at the gray
important.
area, if you will.
Okay, well, Nick will set you up. Do we have to take any vote on it at this point?
Just approve that, he's already, we've sat down and got the contract, we just need you guys to approve him to be an A&P on the field, and authorize me to sign the contract, or, I don't even think I have to sign it, do I?
Well, it's got 4. It's got Jay
the
Rigdon,
board.
John Yingling, Gene Zale,
So, yeah,
Dan
you guys will need to
Robinson
sign the contract.
spots
Okay.
on the,
Okay. Well, just as you get that, the key is if anybody's operating out there, we have, various minimum standards that we have for the FAA. You got hoops you gotta jump through for insurance and things like that.
Yes, sir.
Just make sure you get with Nick and that you're
He gave
good
me all
with all
that.
that.
We're
So,
good.
Okay.
yep.
Yeah. Glad to have you on board.
So we just need a
Yes, sir.
motion to approve the contract, huh?
Yep.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the contract, and is it with you individually?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, it's Jeremy?
Jeremy Morrison.
Morrison,
Doing
okay.
business as Morrison Aviation Services.
Okay. Been motion made to approve the contract with Jeremy Morrison, DBA Morrison Airport Services, or Aviation Services. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. Okay, what do we need to sign?
He's got a contract right there.
Bring it up, we'll pass her down.
Thank you, sir.
You guys on there?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You gonna keep that, Nick, or?
I'll get you copies.
Okay.
Yep. And then hangar sale of 126, the owners of hangar 126 have asked that I not mention names, just the hangar number at this time, and they have submitted the paperwork to sell their hangar and are asking the board right of first refusal. I have a land purchase agreement here, and I have no intention or need to purchase this hangar at this time, and the company that is going to be purchasing the building is D&D Maintenance. They've already got 1 aircraft on the field, and they are looking to expand and just need more room. And so I support this sale 100% and would ask the board to waive their right of first refusal for the hangar number 126.
Yeah, this is the new lease, right?
That would be the new lease that you guys can sign if you approve, or if you waive your right of first refusal.
Okay.
Not the new lease?
So it
Hangar
is the
site-
new lease.
Where-
Yeah.
And 126 is where?
It is over on the corporate side.
Okay.
It's on the corporate side.
But I do not have any opposition to this whatsoever, and I would just need the board's I would need you to make a motion to waive your right of first refusal, and then we will make a motion on the new lease that would be with D&D Maintenance.
Okay. Do I hear such a motion?
I make the first motion
Second.
for refusal.
Been moved and seconded to waive our right of our option to purchase hangar 126 upon its sale. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried.
And then as you see there, that would be the new lease, and that would be with D&D Maintenance. And like I said, I support this 100%. He has been a fantastic tenant so far, and I'm glad to see their flight department expanding to meeting a new facility. So I would support this 100%.
Okay. I move we sign that lease.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve a lease with D&D Maintenance LLC for hangar 126. Any further discussion? Sorry. Oh,
Nope, we're good.
okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carried.
And that is all I have for the board unless
Okay.
anybody else, visitors, Rob, board members, Linda, the real boss.
Anything else for the good of the order?
I'm good. I appreciate it.
Okay. If not, the next scheduled meeting is September 13th, and we can all sing My Mother Happy Birthday at the conclusion of the meeting. You might put that on the agenda.
I'll make sure.
That's
I
right.
have that.
And hearing nothing further, meeting adjourned.
Sounds good. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
You know what I'm gonna ask.
Yep.